Hello and welcome to another video. So this video is gonna be a little bit different than normal because I have a specific topic I want to talk about, and the topic I want to talk about in this video is Divine Orchestration. I feel like a lot of people might have heard the term divine intervention, but this is not that video. To me, divine orchestration is intentional, just like this video. Planned, intentional, deliberate, not random at all. So the favorite quote I live by is by an anime character called Yuko-san, and she's from XXX Holic. Her famous quote is, "There is no coincidence in this world. There is only the inevitable." That's also remind me of Thanos in the Avenger. Yeah, I totally agree with that statement. There is no coincidence in this world. There is only the inevitable, and once you reprogram your consciousness to accept that facts, the world might look differently. So in this video, I want to talk about divine orchestration, and I will be referencing three random, or is it three movie that I personally choose because I feel like it really supported the topic of this video. So I chose three movies that I feel like I can explain about this topic better with example. So the first movie is The Practical Magic. This movie is a classic. It's really old, and I have never watched it until recently. And when I did finally watch it, because I heard of it, I understand why it's, well, in my book, it's a classic. It's such a good movie. Highly recommend. So this movie is the first one that I'll be referencing the theme of divine orchestration. Spoiler alert, because if you haven't watched it, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. As an audience, we have a bird eye view, which is a third perspective on the characters' lives. So we are able to see what the characters might not be able to. So just to go over the plot of the movies. The overview is,
after the death of their parents, two sisters move in with their relatives. They must use the gift of practical magic, which they inherit from their parents, to overcome obstacles in life.
so, oh my god, this was made or was released in 1998, which is my birth years. Coincidence? I don't think so. This movie is starring Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, and they play sisters. Sandra play a sister called Sally, and Nicole play a sister called Gillian Owens. These sisters are descended from a long line of witches raised by their aunts after their parents' death. Wikipedia. As adults, Sally and Gillian must use their magic to destroy the evil spirit of Gillian's abusive boyfriend before it kills them. Okay, that's just the basic overview of the movie. So this movie is about witches, and Sally and Gillian came from a long line of witches. Their ancestors was about to be hanged in the beginning of the movie 200 years ago because she was a witch. Okay, how the curse came to be in the family is that the first ancestor was heartbroken by love, so she put a curse on herself, which in terms the curse on the family line. The Owens women are inevitably doomed to get heartbreak from love. A curse of love, I believe. The ancestor of the Owens woman.
It all began with your ancestor, Maria.
The first one, Maria Owens, who survived an attempted execution for witchcraft. Heartbroken when the father of her unborn child never returned to her, Maria cast a spell to prevent herself from ever falling in love again. The spell developed into a curse upon Maria's descendant, dooming any man an Owen woman's love.
But as her bitterness grew, the spell turned into a curse. A curse on any man who dared love an Owens woman.
That's how the curse started in the family. So how does divine orchestration relate to this? As the movie progresses, we are shown the two sisters, Sally and Gillian, coming to live with their witches' aunts because their parents inevitably pass away because of the curse. In the next scene, we are seeing a woman, a strange woman, coming to the aunts to ask them to do a love spell because according to this strange woman, she is in love with a man. She said this.
I want him to want me so much that he can't stand it.
Yeah, exhibiting such obsessive tendency of love. So the sister were a witness to that incident, to the love spell, and one of the aunt said this.
Be careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for is right, because I believe that you will ultimately and inevitably get what you wish for. Most people believe that if you ask for something, if you wish for something, they might, in the back of their mind, think that, oh, it won't come true. This is just a wishful dream. But I believe that you will inevitably get what you wish for. That's why the phrase "be careful what you wish for" come into the world, I believe, in my opinion, because the universe will always give what you wish for. The problem is not getting what you want with that phrase. The problem is that be careful what you ask of the universe, because you have to be extremely certain that you really want that thing. For example, some people might think they want something and they ask for it, and when the universe ultimately give it to them, they might go, oh, wait a minute, I actually don't want this, and that could become a problem. So that's just one of the points. So back to the story, the two sisters witnessed that incident. This incident elicited two different reactions from the two sisters. The first one, Jillian, she said, I can't wait to fall in love. And then Sally goes, I never want to fall in love. And it's interesting how the two sisters have such a different reaction to that.
Oh, I hope I never fall in love. I can't wait to fall in love.
Not long after, to really make sure that that never happened to her, Sally, who is naturally gifted as witchcraft, did a spell where she used a bowl of water, and then she went around the house picking up different petals to represent a characteristic of her lovers. And I really like this part because you can see the divine orchestration from the beginning. As a watcher, you can see what Sally would not see until the end of the movie. But we as a watcher can see the connectedness, the string already when she made that spell. So she go around picking different petals, and then for each petal she represent her lover characteristic. Like he would have two different color eyes, one blue and one brown, I believe. I don't remember the whole spell, but the characteristic is just hilarious. Another petal for able to flip a pancake. His favorite shape would be a star. It's very, very specific, like to a T, like so specific that you would think the universe would never deliver that.
You'll have one green eye. And one blue.
She made it very specific because her intention was that there is no way this type of person exists, and that's what she said in the movie. She's like, the whole point of the spell is that she will never find that because it's impossible to find a person with all the characteristics she listed out. So
What's the point? The guy I dreamed of doesn't exist. And if he doesn't exist, I'll never die of a broken heart.
when she finished her spell, she just offered to the moon. Okay, as the story progresses, as Sally grew up, she began to hide her powers. She began to resent her heritage, like who she is, and she wanted to just be normal. And as for Jillian, I think she ran away with her boyfriends. That particular path is also connected to the whole plot, which I find interesting. How each sister path and what they do and their decision do connect to each other. So it's very important to note that Jillian, the one who embraced her witch power and the one who liked to have fun and spontaneous, she left the house that she grew up with and basically ran away or went on an adventure and found boyfriend on the road. And yeah, that's a very important incident for later on. So coming back to Sally, she's living in the house with her aunt and trying to pretend to be normal, trying to live a normal life. And she fell in love with a guy who also lived there and have a kid with him. It seemed like a perfect happy ending in a way, but of course that's just only the beginning of the Divine Orchestration. So her aunt might have put a spell on Sally for her to fall in love with a guy and marry him, I believe, and have kids with him. So she have two girls, and if you take that note, it's like a cycle beginning again, because it's like a next generation. She was a sister of two girls, and now she have two girls, so it's like repeating pattern. But in this movie, as someone who already watched it, we can see that Sally and Gillian has broke the ancestor curse. So fast forward, she married that man and live a happily ever after, but then the curse start acting up and she start hearing the beetle. That was the indication of the curse. If the Owens woman start hearing the sound of beetles, that means their husband is about to be, killed. It happened and it's very sad. This is what ancestry cycle is. What happened to your mother, it's going to happen to you. And if you're not careful, it's going to happen to your kids. What I found interesting about this movie is that I think Sally and Gillian has broken that curse by living through it first. Their mother died of a broken heart, and Sally is on her way there. As her husband has died, she was left a widow, and she was heartbroken and she was depressed. She was in bed all day.
It was the curse, wasn't it? He died because I loved him so much.
And yeah, you can see the cycle start to repeat it. The difference is you can see where Gillian come into play and how she also an intricate part of the story. I believe Gillian came back to Sally to comfort her because these two girls, these two sisters are connected. They are able to know or feel what each other feels. So I think Gillian came and helped Sally back up to her feet again. Yeah, and that's really crucial because Sally really needed that because she lost what she thought was the love of her life.
We were going to open up a botanical shop where Mike would get all the ingredients and I would make the stuff. He really loved my mint oatmeal shaving cream.
And then I think Gillian went away again. I believe, I'm not so sure, but the next part is crucial, as in you can see the climax or the point, the turning point of the story where Sally wrote a letter to Gillian. And the letter is very beautiful, very heartfelt. Show it here.
Dearest Jilly, sometimes I feel there is a hole inside of me, an emptiness that at times seems to burn. I think if you lifted my heart to your ear, you could probably hear the ocean. I have this dream of being whole, of not going to sleep each night wanting, but I dream of a love that even time will lie down and be still for. I just want someone to love me. I want to be seen. There is no man, Jilly. Only that moon.
And the moment she went out at night, I think it's the full moon, to send the letter to her sister, Gillian. The moment she put the letter to the letterbox, a phone rang. And Sally, connected to her sister, is able to know right away that her sister has rang her for help. So she ran back into the house and answered the call, and then Sally immediately went to Gillian. And the gist of it was that Gillian's boyfriend was abusive and he's holding her hostage. You can see also the blessing in the sky, kind of bit. I feel like this movie is a bit hilarious as well, but I'm very impressed with how everything tied together, how everything is connected if you're able to connect it, because when Sally came to the motel to get Gillian out of the situation, they were nearly able to get out without a hiccup. But the reason things turned wrong is because Gillian was looking for her tiger eye, her crystal.
Where's my tiger's eye? No, I need my tiger's eye. It brings me luck. No, I left it. No, I gotta get my tiger's eye.
She's like, I need my tiger eye. I need to get it. So she went to her car, I believe her boyfriend's car, and tried to get her tiger eye. And that's when her boyfriend was able to capture her and kept her hostage. One thing that saved these girls is their witch's power. So I also take notes of that as well. But yeah, her boyfriend is holding them hostage in the car and things escalated. And spoiler alert, they kind of kill him. Then they brought him back to their house and both the girls try necromancy. This is hilarious. Yeah, they try necromancy, which is a no-no, which is black magic. You should never, ever do that. But that's the thing. Even that is part of the plot line.
What are you doing? I was supposed to say black is night.
As a watcher, I feel like that's also crucial later on as well. Yeah, they did necromancy and he got revived, the boyfriend, but then I think they have to kill him again because it didn't work out, like he was violent, whatever that is. So then they have to bury him in their backyard in the roast. So for the first part of the story, you might be wondering like what the heck is going on? Why is their life so tumultuous? Why do they have to go through that? Like Sally suffering the death of her husband and then Jillian abusive boyfriend and now they're kind of murderer. So it's like why is life so hard? Why is there so many things going against them? Why is there so many things going wrong? Why is there so many trouble? The second half of the movie kind of outline and show the why thing has to be that way, and it has to be very specific way like that, or else it wouldn't turn out the way that it turned out at the end. When I was watching that movie, I was like, the murder could be prevented. The murder should not have happened, as in, they don't have to kill him, or it doesn't have to escalate to necromancy or murder him, or the boyfriend, the sister killed the boyfriend. But like, it doesn't have to be that way. Or when Sally went to get Jillian, they can make it out without notice. They can just sneak away. It's like, it doesn't have to be that troublesome. But the second part of the movie show why it has to be that way. It showed the watcher, me specifically, that it has to be that way because someone came calling a detective who came to the sister house to do an investigation on the murder. He was looking for the boyfriend, the missing boyfriend, and he came to their house. And lo and behold, that's the soulmate that Sally has manifest.
I'm a special investigator, state prosecutor's office in Tucson.
Oh, you sure are a long way from home, officer.
And throughout the second movie, it show his characteristic, the very specific characteristic that she asked for in her spell. And it slowly revealed that he have, like what she wrote down, he have 2 color eyes. It showed that at the end. His favorite shape is a star. He can hum her favorite song. He can flip pancakes. Very hard. Like, he tick all the boxes.
Anything here.
Was this Mommy's?
Huh? Oh, wow. Yeah, where did you get that? You can flip pancakes in the air. I'll have one green eye, one blue.
But she did not know that yet because as the movie progressed, they get to know each other and I can feel the chemistry. There was chemistry and there was an inner knowing.
And we would be so happy to give him back his car because it is a crime. And as you say,
the reason he was able to find them or her is because he was investigating Jillian's abusive boyfriend, and then he got to Jillian. Then he saw the letter that Sally sent to Jillian. So her letter that she sent to her sister was delivered to this detective instead.
You read my letter?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
It was a very personal letter.
He was able to find Sally because of her letter. And he got the letter is because he was investigating the boyfriend of Jillian. And he was investigating him because the boyfriend was missing because he's dead. Because the sister killed him. And this connection are all mind-blowing because it's all connected. So as the story revealed that she manifested him, her kids, Sally kids, is a crucial part in the plot as well, as they help bringing the detective and their mother together, Sally, and I find that dynamic really cute. I really like the couple. So tying into Divine Orchestration with this movie is that if you ask for what you want, and what you want is very specific to a T, you might get it. I mean, not might, you will inevitably get it.
The reason that you're here and you don't know why is because I sent for you. When I was a little girl, I worked a spell so I would never fall in love. I asked for qualities in a man that I knew couldn't possibly exist.
One green eye, one blue.
But you do.
So really be careful what you wish for and really certain about what you wish for. And if you don't know the specific, you don't have to know. You can just the gist, like I wish for healthy, unconditional love. That's not specific, that's vague. But I think it's enough for the universe to take notes. So yeah, that really showed me that divine orchestration might come off or will be coming off as divine intervention. You might be asking, why is this happening? Or why it has to be this way? But this movie, Practical Magic, show me why. Because all the trouble they went through has brought exactly what she wished for, exactly what Sally wished for when she did that spell when she was a child.
You know what? I wished for you too.
And there's a funny moment in the movie where the detective was investigating, he was interviewing Sally, and I find it interesting because she can't lie to him. She said she can't lie to her soulmate, and that's very interesting. I feel like that's really cute. She can't lie to him. So when he was interviewing her, he asked, "Did you kill the boyfriend?" And she literally said, "Yeah, we killed him twice."
Did you or your sister kill James Angela?
Oh, yeah. A couple of times.
And it's not a lie because they literally kill him twice because of necromancy. So I find that so funny. And she didn't lie. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. So be careful what you wish for. Is because when she did that spell as a child, she asked for a very specific person. And the universe had orchestrated all that she'd been through, all that Sally been through in the story to bring that specific person to her. They orchestrate the abusive boyfriend of Jillian, her first husband, the murder, even the necromancy. It's like all was orchestrated so that she can meet the person she wished for. Yeah, I love how it ends because it show the flower petal that she was offering to the moon as she made that spell. When it flew away, it flew to him, her soulmate, the guy who was riding a pony backwards, which is one of the characteristic I think that she put in with two color eyes. The petal went to him. It showed the connectedness from the beginning. As the character of the story, you might not notice it, but as a watcher, you notice as you're living in the story, you are not able to see how things are connected until maybe the end, until it all come together. And I find that extremely interesting. So the first movie, Practical Magic, how the divine orchestrate for you to fulfill your wish, might seem like strategy, even might seem like they're doing the opposite. But if you decided to read or live through your own story, you'll be able to put the pieces together and understand that, oh, all this time the universe has been orchestrating everything so that I get exactly what I wish for, exactly what I want. That meant that Sally broke the curse, broke her ancestor curse finally, and her two daughters, do not have to live through the Owen's curse. And at the end of the movie, she embraced her witcher's heritage and a lovely ending.
All around, like a glove, like the love.
And this movie also really help in the audience to believe in love again. Personally, when I watch it, I felt blown away by the soulmate theory, and I really like how executed to show the synchronicity, this connectedness, and it made me believe in love again. It helped me believe in soulmate, and it helped me be affirmed in what I'm asking for of the universe, like Pacific. It's not a specific person, but specific characteristic that I know I would love in a person. Like for example, I would love to be with someone who's kind. That's one of the characteristics of Sally as well, like very kind and someone who make me their priorities. Like, yeah, very specific, and it just reaffirmed that yes, I do need to be specific with what I want and not subtle, because the universe will follow you, as in they will give you what you want. If you settle for less, the universe will give you that because that's what you asking for. But if you ask for, you could say, more than you think you deserve, or you think it's too much, I feel like that's your own fear or limited belief talking, because according to the universe, they don't have any limits. They also don't have any opinion. They're like, oh, you want that, I'll give you that. You want this, I'll give you this. They will be giving you things. You're the leader in your own reality, in your own life. So the universe just follow what you want to create, what you're leading. It's like, I want to build this specific house. The universe will go, okay, then I'll lead you, or I will bring you all the components you need to build that house. And at first it seemed like they're doing the opposite. With this movie, Practical Magic, the Divine Orchestration topic, they're doing exactly what you ask them to do. You might not be able to see it in the beginning, but yeah. I want to add one more point to that, is the what if Jillian didn't run away when she was young, if she didn't met her abusive boyfriend, if Sally didn't marry and have 2 girls, if Sally didn't go and get her sister, if Sally didn't write that letter, if she didn't make that spell, none of this would happen. So every part is very crucial, because if Jillian didn't left when she was young, she wouldn't met the boyfriend, and the boyfriend is a crucial part how the detective found them. And if Sally didn't have 2 girls with her first love, then her coming together with her soulmate, the detective, would be harder, because in the movie, Sally's daughters, the 2 girls, are also crucial in bringing them together. And if Sally didn't write the letter to her sister, then the detective wouldn't know how to find her. Find the letter, very crucial as well, because in the movie, he confessed that he read it so many times, and that what made him come to her. And the line where he said this line,
I wished for you too.
was such an eye-opening, because the universe respects free will. And the universe is a multitasker, as in they will fulfill wishes at the same time for 2 people or more, because they just bring people who wish for the same thing together. Like the detective say, he also manifested her, as in he also asked for true love, someone who I believe compatible, or his soulmate, I believe. And she's also asked for someone very specific characteristic, but they did not know that they were asking for each other. The thing about universe is they like a matchmaker. They will match who you are with what you ask for. They never force anyone to do anything, because the universe respects free will. And when the detective said that lie, I feel like Jillian has come out of her hate, because another crucial part of the movie is that she thought she kind of put a spell on him, and she wasn't sure it was real. When she figured out that he kind of ticked all the box that she asked for in the spell, she was like second guessing if she put a spell on him, put a love spell on him, and he didn't have any free will. And it was just a spell. She wasn't sure, but then he kind of eradicate her doubt by saying this one line, I manifest you too. So yeah, that's very eye-opening, because like I mentioned, the universe respects free will, and even if spells work, it will never override that person's free will. So yeah, I found that interesting. I just want to add that.
All memories fade. I walk alone through this empty parade. Night falls so slow. Stars don't glow anymore. Heart feels hollow.
So that's the first movie of the Divine Orchestration that I want to talk about. Yeah.
You shine bright.